Tuesday, November 29th, up here at my little building. Yesterday, I was working on some heavy-duty weather stripping for 3 personnel doors. That's some recycled, it's probably 22 gauge galvanized I had. There are no thresholds on any of the doors. I prefer it that way because I actually removed them. It makes it easier to get stuff in and out of the door on some type of hand cart. Same thing over here, did this one. What I used was some hay baler belting. This stuff is steel and nylon reinforced. It's tough. I mean, it's really tough material. 7 inches wide, so I simply cut it in half. Alright. So I got 2 3.5 inch strips. Then, using this recycled sheet metal as a backing plate, I set the weather stripping so it rubs the concrete and seals the doors. Looks kind of funky, but it works. And the only concern is that it works. Now let me show you what I'm dealing with. This is the worst door over here. It should be replaced, but I think with this metal I'm using, I think I can make it work, last a few more years. And then inside, this wall here is the south wall, and I noticed last week when it was raining real hard, it leaked. And it wasn't the dog doors leaking, it was the block to floor joints that was leaking. And I've been using an assortment of sealants. Let me show you. Of course, I had to get different colors. They ran out of brown. They're supposed to be tan. All this white sealant. Let me show you what that is. This is Dicor RV self-leveling lap sealant. I had a bunch of this left over from when I was working on all those travel trailers. The vertical stuff is this quad OSI sealant. Been using already. Oh, gray is the color. So, why did I put RV lap sealant on my building? I come up about 3/4 of an inch up from the concrete to the block and lay a heavy bead. Okay, this stuff is self-leveling. That means it's going to flow down. Now over here, this was this pad to the building joint, and it had totally degraded. So I put a lot there. It adheres to the metal, adheres to the block. As it flows down to the concrete, it will adhere to clean concrete. Now you ain't got to pressure wash it, just I wire wheeled it and then brushed it real good with a hand broom, and it's good enough. On here on the wall, you see some more of this gray sealant. Of course, I went all the way up on this piece of molding. And that's another point is probably leaking at. And where I had failed mortar, I just took some of the gray sealant and packed into those failed mortar joints. Now I just bought a 50-pound sack of mortar, so I could have pointed it and put in new mortar. It's just a commercial building. Okay, I just want this thing to stop leaking as fast as possible, got rain coming so I can check it. So that's why I did all that. Okay, but this lap sealant looks like it's the bomb. I'm really liking the way those joints flowed, and it did a nice adhesion job to the concrete and stuck to the brick real good. And I think this was the solution to a lot of leak. Now where I put this quad OSI sealant on the dog doors and concrete interface, it's perfectly sealed. Okay, so that turned out really well. Now just to be doubly sure, like you just saw, I did all the dog doors and floor joints inside as well. That's what all that is, like I did on the north wall. Okay. So I think there's a combination of a lot of steps, but I'm pretty confident now that this building won't be leaking like a sieve in heavy rain. Now, I had a couple spots on that north wall that need to be sealed. Again, it's the block area, not the doors. My doors held, they didn't leak. Now on the other side of that north wall, I got a shipping container, and there's no clearance for me to get outside and do what I'm doing over here on the outside wall on the south wall. So I'll be working from the inside, and I'll probably get some more of this lap sealant. You can get that internet or RV dealership, either or, no matter. And once I verify this one's not leaking, I'll say, okay, that worked. Then I'll go over here and do that lap sealant on the block, let it flow down to the slab, and that should take care of this. I hope. That's my plan. So now I just need it to rain. We're supposed to be having severe thunderstorm blowing through, but it's already past 3 and ain't nothing happening. So they might have stayed south to us, from us. And but again, it's supposed to rain the rest of the week too, so maybe I'll get some rain so I can check all my repairs. And my plan was to patch the floors, but the humidity's so high, the floors are sweating something fierce. They're just drenched. You know, it's beating water, they're sweating so bad. Where the sun hits them, they dried them out. Where I got the fan blowing, is drying them out, but the rest of the floor is just soaking wet. So I'm gonna have to wait for different conditions to do my patches with my high strength repair mix. So, oh, stuff is just crazy high, crazy high. I got 2 pieces of pre-cut 3/4 2-foot by 4-foot plywood. Them son of a guns were $34 a piece, but that'll make 2 shelves each, $17. I was going to get 1x12s, they didn't have none, and that worked out to $14 a shelf. I didn't buy much, and it was $244. Now this sealant, it ain't cheap, and I got 12 tubes. That's also where you get a discount. It lasts a pretty long time. And we got the plywood. Other than that, it's just nickel and dime crap. Some more razor knives, a stiff wire brush. Bought this little mini 5x2 trowel to work with that patch material, and some blades for my razor knives, the snap blade type. That's it. There wasn't hardly nothing in that cart, and it took me 2 hours, 15-minute shopping, hour and 45 minutes in line to get out of that dang store. It was crazy in there. But anyway, this one's gotten too long, so it's all for this one. Thank you.